will be bringing some fantastic rugby throughout the game.
They're about to kick off the game now. Overseas Old Boys versus the Classic Wallabies. Classic Wallabies have been hit by injuries quite dramatically. They had a few guys out with stitches, etc. yesterday. So I knew there was a little bit of nervousness coming from the team. I wasn't sure they'd make the numbers, but looking at the bench in front of us, looks like they got a full squad.
Yeah, they got a few lads. I think they pulled a few lads in for this game from other teams. They were quite unlucky to lose this morning to Samurai, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty fired up to win this one against the Overseas Old Boys. Just on the Overseas Old Boys, Jamie Chipman came up and saw me before, and he said his mum's watching all the way back in New Zealand. Obviously the Wi-Fi truck's driven past his house, so he said hi Dot if she's watching. Hope she is, otherwise that was all in vain. But big Jamie Chipman, he's a stalwart of the Overseas Old Boys, and he'll be looking for a big win to go to the next level the next game.
You say Wi-Fi van?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi truck. It's in New Zealand. It's a Wi-Fi truck.
I thought they were still on dial-up over there.
Yeah, well maybe, yeah.
I'm from Wales, so we don't even know what the internet is yet. So.
Bit of untidy play here for the Overseas Old Boys. They're under a bit of pressure from the Classic Wallabies. And it's knock on there. Classic Wallabies feed to the scrum. The ground's starting to fill up here now. Thursday afternoon in Hong Kong. Tomorrow's a public holiday, so a few people might have pulled the pin a bit early to work, doing a bit of networking in the stands. Free beers, burgers, pies, whatever you want, it's all here.
And the sausage roll earlier, it was delightful.
Yeah, the food isn't bad, I've got to admit, especially when it's free, nothing's bad, right? So the Classic Wallabies on the attack. They want to get out wide their speedsters. Overseas Old Boys not giving an inch. The club little grubber around there is going to just beat him into touch.
That seems a key bit of play, these kicks coming in constantly throughout the games here now. Do you think that's just because the defence is so strong and they're so aligned and well practiced and drilled that that's the only way people can turn them?
No, it seems like that might be the tactical for these teams to go. It depends if a team puts a sweeper in. If no one has a player sweeping back, they like to do the grubber behind, because obviously a team's going to turn. So, but definitely a few more teams I've seen employing the kick today. That's a massive
lovely hit. Lovely hit. You can hear that over here.
Oh, it reminds me of why I don't play rugby anymore when you see hits like that. Wallabies have scooped this up and put it out wide, and that's a try in the right corner to the number 8, Angus Bell.
And he's been sniping on the wing there, looking to get a try in there. Pedus, I think it was going to come. They were looking to put him in a bit of space. He's obviously their gas man. Just trying to create a little bit of width for him there, a little bit of space on the outside so he can just run it in.
Yeah, definitely, mate. You can see the Wallabies have definitely come out firing this game. They want to make amends to that narrow loss to Samurai before. You know, they've got the big boys up front as well, and they've got some pace out wide. But coming off now is Tim Atkinson. Little fact about Tim Atkinson: he grew up in Hong Kong. Dad was a pilot, and both him, his brother Dave, and his sister Margot were living in Hong Kong at school. I think it was KG5. Tim obviously saw the light, went back to Australia, played a 7s for Australia, and also was instrumental in the Brumbies for quite a while.
Of course, we're in the knockout stages as well now, so whoever wins this goes through to the plate final. Obviously silverware on the line here now, so the Classic Wallabies, I think they were very impressive yesterday. As you said, they were quite disappointed to lose that game earlier, so they'll definitely want to come away with some silverware. No,
definitely, and you know, also the Overseas Old Boys, I think they won the plate last year, so they'll be looking to make it a double, but the Wallabies aren't going to make it easy for them. The good thing is, if you lose this game, you're on the beers, so really, everyone's a winner.
Win-win. Rugby's the winner, Junior. Rugby's
exactly.
the winner.
And the beer sponsors.
Not myself, I'm struggling this morning after last night, I tell you.
Yeah, there's definitely a few faces around the crowd you see that aren't faring too well. Not a good sign when it's only a Thursday on 7s week. Looking down the Sportsman's bar, there's a few people rolling up now to the Sportsman's.
You can see the pints are going down like razor blades at the moment.
They are indeed.
Should learn, never learn though. It's a marathon or a sprint over here for Hong Kong's 10s and 7s week. One of the best weeks you're ever going to have in terms of sport and entertainment and fun, carnage. Just epic times, really.
That's true, mate. And if we haven't learned by this time in our lives to it's a marathon, not a sprint, I don't think we'll ever know. Steve Hoyles walks off the pitch. He's obviously very thirsty.
I think after a decade of marriage, my wife's praying I find the off button, but struggling at the moment.
I think you unplugged the off button when you're about 18, mate. I don't think she realises that.
Lives in hope.
Hope she's not listening to this, by the way.
Me too.
I don't think anyone is, to be honest. Anyway, some more changes for the Classic Wallabies. Big Dell's come off. 2 guys have come on to replace him. Steve Hoyles gets about a 2-second break and he's back on.
He's got a big solid rump on him. I bet it goes beep when he walks backwards.
Oh, Reese's on fire here at the moment.
There's a scrum just inside the overseas old boys half there. Great, obviously the Wallabies be looking to build a good platform here. Attack. They've made a change on the outside there. You got the guy really hugging the far line there, touch line. He's keen to get the ball out there and get a bit of space. I think he's backing himself. He's got the white boots. Clearly must be a fast chap to wear white boots.
Here we go. Classic Wallabies swing it wide.
They've
given it to Gasboy in the white boots. He's put a kick in. Little grubber. Oh, that's the ball. Oh, that's a try. That is a try. That's a spectacular, not really spectacular. It was an opportunist try, but you know you make your own luck.
You've got to take what you're given, and fair to the Classic Wallabies. They bit of luck there. The ball bounces off that player in the favour, and hey, tries to try. Points on the board. It's 17-0 to Classic Wallabies at the moment. Looking quite strong, and just under 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
That was Josh Turner going over in the corner there.
A little bit of fear I can see on the coach's eyes there on the overseas old boys. A little bit of panic kind of settling in there for them, you can tell by the eyes.
Yeah, they wouldn't like to be down 17-0, or what's that? Is it 17? Yeah, stays at 17-0 after with only 2 minutes and 40 to go. Overseas old boys need to make these last 2 minutes count in this first half. They need to get on the board.
That's a fantastic kick-off there by the Classic Wallabies. You know, a lot of height, not much distance on that gives the Wallabies a chance to regain possession as they have.
Great bit of hot step in there by Nathan Sargent, the grubber. Maybe a bit of a push in the back there, but he's followed up his own kick. I think that's him. He's done it again. No.
That's
Christian Riley getting across. Yeah, this is his second try, I think, isn't it?
The first half of this playing semi-final.
So there was definitely a little bit of a push on that play early on, so you can say that's a bit of karma that Wallabies got that try there.
No, exactly. It was a great play. There's a bit of vision there. A few little step, grab her through, follow through, and they come the try. Shows that kickers aren't as good as chasers, and the Classic Wallabies were following through that kick very well. I think it was a try to number 16, Tristan Riley. Overseas old boys, what can they do? What can they muster up? It's now or never, you would think. They need to try before half time.
Yeah, they'll be digging deep. They'll have a big talk in the team huddle. They're just taking pressure at the moment. They just can't get the ball, can't get a platform. Wallabies again just got this lovely kind of static defence, going up, just shadowing players, not rushing up as you have seen in some of the other teams. But it's just been working so effectively for them. Yeah,
they're just you're right. They're just walking up and being patient. Just a big gold wall. The overseas old boys have still got it. It's a nice little step there, a little shimmy. They've got the ball back.
But again, there's not much space for them here on the near side there, so they're going to look to recycle and get it over the far side. Yeah,
they need to take the ball up, but they need to be drawing some more defenders than they are. The Wallabies are doing quite well. They're not over-committing guys, but here we go. It's a chip. Is it going to be a successful one? It's bounced out, unfortunately.
That's a shame, because it looks like he had the wheels there to get that stayed in.
Yeah, he probably should have kicked a little bit in the field, but anyway, he was on the run, so it's probably a little bit hard. As Big Dell gets back on the pitch. And Timmy Atkinson's back on as well. Let's see if he's got the spark of old. Oh, Big Dell still showing skills.
I think he'll come off now. He's done his little work and he'll come back off now.
He's had his cameo.
Oh, that was a solid hit there.
Surprised Dell hasn't got his phone out there with him. He's known for his Instagram posts. Oh, it's gone wide. It's still on the floor here. Overseas Old Boys pressuring the Wallabies. They've showed a bit of composure. They've spun it wide.
Oh, there's some wheels going on out there.
That's Will Maddox. He played well this morning. He scored a great try against, or he set up a great try against the Samurai. And again,
fortune favours the brave.
I think it might be getting called back here. I think the ref's confused. He's unsure what's going on.
Standard. Do you think they're looking to see if the ball went forward at all there?
I think they might have been said there's a knock on, but anyway, it's half time. Classic Wallabies, they go to the half, 24 points for the good. That's going to be hard for those guys to come back.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult task to go ahead there. The Wallabies just seem to be having this laid-back style and really enjoying the rugby at the moment. I'm not sure how the overseas Old Boys are going to come back into this, but they'll certainly be looking to muster something. Yeah, they need to have a few strong words there. I think it's going to be very difficult for them to come back here. The Wallabies are on a roll, and you know, it's always hard to sort of hold back a team that's on a roll, especially a team with the calibre of the players of the Classic Wallabies. So yeah, all to play for here, but I hate to say it, but I think the overseas Old Boys have got their backs against the wall, a bit like yours was last night, Reece. Yeah, no, there's more on the floor, I think, Junior. On the living room floor, I should say. Yeah, so I think the overseas Old Boys might be down in beer after this game. The Wallabies have been very steady and consistent throughout this game and looking very strong.
A little shout out to Rob Jones. Said he's enjoying the telecast, and even more so the commentary. Can't fault him there, really.
Glad you said can't then, because I thought you said something else for a second.
No, I didn't say see you next Tuesday. The atmosphere is building here. We've got the ads playing in the background now. The South China Tigers. One of the new teams, also one of the teams in the Global Rapid Rugby this year. They played well the other night against the Force. Unfortunately, their jerseys were absolute pants. A lovely lemon yellow. And I'm pretty sure the players were really impressed when they opened up their kit bag to see that in the bottom. But moving into the second half of this plate semi-final.
It is, yes.
Sorry,
it is.
just need to work that out there. I'm getting a bit confused. So the Classic Wallabies, they're up 24 zip. What can the overseas Old Boys do?
It's a big ask to come back in this, but you know, if you look at the Six Nations recently, you look at Scotland, come back against England, anything's possible out there.
Well, it might be starting right here. It's gone out. Overseas Old Boys have the feed to the line out.
Their kickoffs are very impressive. You've got the height and then literally landing just on that 10-metre line straight away. So it actually turns that into almost an attacking platform.
Well, yeah, I mean, the kickoff these days is actually seen as an attacking weapon, not so much as just a kick-off to try and hold a team. You want to kick off and you're going to regain it. So overseas Old Boys, they've got it, and it's
well, the ball wasn't not straight. You could see that the kind of jumping player there hit it with his outside arm going out, so it clearly wasn't straight there. Referee picked that up, so it'll be a scrum to Wallabies.
Must have been the wind, I reckon. The wind.
Hey, one of my best friends is a hooker. He always says there's no such thing as a bad throw. It's always a bad jumper.
I'm glad you finished off that sentence there, Reece. He said one of your best friends is a hooker, but anyway.
You got to support the economy any way you can.
Okay, back to above the belt commentary. Sorry about that. Not really. Anyway, Wallabies feed to the scrum. Let's see what they can do here. Timmy Atkinson gives it wide. Oh, that's a little grubber through.
That's got them turned. They're playing very flat, the Old Boys there. So it looks like the Wallabies are kind of clocked onto that, and they're just going to try and turn them, keep the pressure down in their own 22. It's going to be very difficult for the Old Boys to get out of this now. Nah,
they're in their own territory. It's sort of, yeah, it isn't a place you like to be, especially when you're 24-0 down. But Rugby's a funny game. There's still 8 minutes and 17 seconds to go. All they need is 3 really quick tries. And then something else. And a penalty and another try. Obviously math wasn't my strong point in school.
So the education system's really kind of developed since you went to school, I can tell. Living here in Asia, you would have thought maths would have improved.
I was a math debater. Anyway, moving on, the Wallabies, classic Wallabies have made the most of their opportunity here.
Oh, that was a forward trying to do a kick, you know, nearly come off. It's always a glorious thing to see.
He nearly pulled it off, not quite.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda, mate.
Here we go.
Forwards just shouldn't kick generally.
I agree. Here we go. Overseas Old Boys, what can they muster up from inside their own territory? That's a nice offload there. One more offload, that could be through here.
Oh, never mind.
Support wasn't quite where it needed to be, but they've still got the ball. Nice little offload there. Sonny Bill Williams-esque. And they're maintaining possession, which is key. They've got to use... Oh, that's a handling error there from Jamie Chippen. His mum won't be happy with that.
You can see it in himself. He's quite disappointed he took that. There was actually nothing wrong with the pass. He just kind of... I think he took eye off the ball. We'll see where the defence was. And just that split second meant that...
no, it's just exactly. Just that taking eyes off the ball for that little split second. He knew the ball was up above his head, so his ribs were exposed, so fair enough.
Especially with some of the hits we've seen here, there's been some fantastic, phenomenal, hard hits. I know a few people have kind of been stretched off of the games, and the ice baths are coming in handy for a lot of people. Oh,
there's some of these hits out here today. There's going to be some very sore boys in the next few days, but no doubt they'll be trying to numb those with a few brown waters. So we've got a bit of a stoppage of play here for an injury on the far side of the pitch. But play is about to resume.
Yeah, I think you just had the wind taking over there by the looks of it. I used to hate that when you get winded and then someone comes over to you and says, "You okay?" when you can't breathe.
And you can't breathe and you can't talk. Like, oh, okay. Ex-Hong Kong international down there on the sideline, Kenzo Pennell. He's a coach of the Overseas Old Boys, instrumental in getting this team together. Living in Japan now. I think he's got a role in the World Cup for IMG. Great man, Kenzo. I've roomed with him a few times.
You trying to plug that's the man you need to speak to for tickets?
Yeah, he would be the man I'll be speaking to. Yeah, if you look at his email addresses now coming onto the screen.
Just touch here.
That's a nice nudge there. Has their wingman and got the gas? Not quite. The ball beat him a touch. Great thinking there, though. That was a smart play.
Yeah, again, I think the Wallabies, they were just kind of caught napping a little bit. I think they've just gone a little bit complacent now. They've got the scoreboard. They're just going to try and conserve their energy. They're hoping that they're through to the final.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
obviously they'll just be kind of keep gas in the tank.
They'll be trying to just get this game over and done with without any more injuries. They'll roll their subs frequently now just to basically give every guy a run. Also keep themselves injury free.
Yes, there's only 5 minutes left in this game now. Classic Wallabies 24, Overseas Old Boys 0. You can see by the looks of the faces on the benches in front of us, the Wallabies seem very happy with the performance, and now they pretty much know they're through to the final.
Yeah, there's a few smiles out there, and I think the Overseas Old Boys may have an inkling that their day could be over.
They're looking to take things
However,
quickly.
let's have a look here. Let's see what can be done.
No, they can't quite get the support around them there that they need, you know.
No, I mean, the Wallabies D is on point. They're basically, as soon as a man goes to deck, one man's over him straight away. They're putting the attacking team under a lot of pressure. Oh, here we go. Can the Wallabies get another dot on the board before time is up? 4.5 minutes to go.
Looks like the ref's going to have a word with someone then. I think leading in with the shoulder, not the arms. Looks like there's someone with a bit of Islander heritage coming off the field. That's quite unusual for the shoulders to be led there. They're not known for late hits or going in with the shoulder first, are they?
So, Wallabies to throw in. Overseas Old Boys down to 9 players. They'll struggle now as the Wallabies keep that momentum going forward. The ball's taken up, it's passed wide. Beautiful hands out wide. Stephen Hoyles. What's he got? Oh, lovely show and go. He's got a pass inside to the man with no number, so I can't tell you who that is. But he's regathered. What's he got here? A little, oh, that's a great hit.
Oh, that's a fantastic. Nothing worse than when a player blindsides you. You've got no idea they come in and bang.
Jamie Chipman's picked up, put his shoulder in. Let's see if the Overseas Old Boys can muster up a great try here from their own territory.
They've got another man on the outside here. He's got a bit of space, but the Wallabies are quite quick to close that down.
Yeah, they defend very well, the Wallabies. They put a sweeper there, so they've always got when that man breaks, so they've got the cover.
Again, you see maybe the Old Boys a little bit tired. You know, they played well so far throughout the tournament, but I think it's just taking the toll on them there. You can just see they haven't got the support on the runners there. They're making breaks, but they just haven't got the...
big Jamie Chipman on the wing.
Oh,
and
well,
hope his mum's not watching. Hope she turned the TV off before she saw that.
The crowd's definitely building here. The atmosphere is certainly coming on. The beers seem to be flowing, and hey, fantastic event again.
Yeah, it's going to be a great few hours. There's probably about 5 hours left in the day, I think, and it's going to be probably the best part of the week. More changes to both sides. Two minutes and a half left on the clock. Wallabies still leading 24-0.
And taking full advantage of that rolling substitutes there. You can see just bringing them constantly on and off there, just resting them there, keeping all their players, avoid injury, because I know they've been hit by it pretty hard. And there's a lot of smiley faces on the Classic Wallabies bench in front of us. Yeah,
there's a few high fives going on the a few high fives and bum taps going on the Wallabies bench. As you would when you're 24-0 up with 2 minutes to go. You're probably pretty confident the day's over.
Strange things have happened. If the Old Boys could still come back, but very, very.
I would say that would be very strange if they can score 24 points in a minute and a half. But I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that one, mate.
Glass half full, never half empty. But saying this is.
That's the gas man, Tristan Riley. Couldn't quite find his back up, but it's a head-high tackle. Wallabies were just taking their time here, eating up the clock with 1:20 to go. The sin bin, that's a terrible kick.
He's going to be fined in the court session tomorrow for that.
Unless he was aiming for the upright, which he may have been. You never know.
And here's now
Overseas Old Boys, they're away.
Attack. And they've got numbers on the outside there.
Oh, he stepped no one. He filled the touch judge. That was about it with that side step.
Hey, that man would be very good on the dance floor, I can guarantee.
Here we go. Overseas Old Boys, the last roll of dice. They've got numbers out here. Big Chippy's on the out the centres. Oh dear.
So there's only 40 seconds left in this game.
And you could imagine the Overseas Old Boys, you're hoping that'll wind down pretty quickly.
Yeah, they play well in this competition. Fair dues to them. You know, they battled well. They were very impressive yesterday.
No, definitely. You can't take anything away from the Overseas Old Boys. They made the cup quarters, and just a loss this morning, and the second loss now. But yeah, as you said, you can take nothing away from these guys. They're playing against a very good Classic Wallabies side.
Yeah, and you always see in the second day of this competition when it gets to the knockout stage is that the standard across the whole game is just kind of, and the teams just really rise from where they were yesterday.
Yeah, the big teams always know how to turn up on the Thursday.
The time is officially done now. The old school boys might try and just get one last run, see if we get a point on the board, but it's just a consolation prize at this moment.
No, but Derby, they want to throw around, show the crowd what they have. And nearly a breakthrough there. Not quite. Recycling the ball well, though. Big Jamie Chipman's got the ball. Oh, here we go.
They've gone for the quick penalty. And they're just trying to force that pass a little bit. You know, they just haven't got the support that
Here we
need.
Go. Oh, that's just skills there. That was should have scored. Or
Hughes prop, that's what that is. Did they run into the pass?
He saw it, that's exactly right, Reece. He propped himself in space and got very confused. Didn't know which white line was the try line, what was the sideline.
Beer, some might say as well, space, just not used to it.
Tell you what, I hope he shows better form than South Stand on Saturday.
Lucky enough, it was a penalty. The referee brought it back to the old school.
Here we go.
The old boys.
Can the overseas old boys get one over the line? And they have. They've done it. Consolation, but they've got the points on the board, so it's not a 24 zip. And that, my friends, is the game. 24 points to 5 with a kick to come to the Classic Wallabies.
So some fantastic, rugby we're seeing today, and I really kind of think that these games really capture the spirit of rugby. That try they got at the end doesn't really matter about the result. It doesn't really impact the game, but you can just see it's a matter of pride.
No, exactly. It means a lot to the guys. The boys don't want to finish on a high. And so the Classic Wallabies move on to the plate final, and they'll be playing against the winner of this next plate final, which is YCAC versus the Penguins.
So this will be a very good game. Two of the highest seeded teams now playing against each other. Knockout stages. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be some big hits and great skills displayed in this game.
This is two teams who have won the cup in previous years. So as you can see, the standard in the 10s this year is again raised on a level where you've got two teams from the cup who won the cup previously playing in a plate semi-final.
Yeah, so both teams won't be happy playing in this plate knockout stage. Yeah, so both teams will be disappointed to be paying for the plate, not in the main competition, go for the cup.
Oh, definitely.